Make your point on the News Hour. Join Arnab every night on the News Hour with your question. Ask your question and join the debate.
Stop Zakir Naik is the hashtag tonight with about 41,233 tweets. That is 260 million impressions or 26 crore. Potential Twitter impressions, the biggest talking point tonight. Viewers, you are calling into our newsroom. I'm not opening this up to calls. It's a contentious subject. But the debate starts, and let it start now. And with us tonight is Taslima Nasreen, award-winning, well-known, respected author from Bangladesh. And with us also is Sudhanshu Trivedi of the BJP, Zafar Sareshwala, Chancellor of the Maulana Azad National Urdu University, Saad bin Jung, outspoken former cricketer. Atiq-ur-Rehman will be joining us. Tasleem Rehmani is joining us. Shahryar Khan, Islamic scholar. Abid Rasool Khan, chairman of the Andhra Pradesh and Telangana Minorities Commission, and Shabnam Lone, advocate in the Supreme Court. It's time to start the debate. That's Atiq-ur-Rehman, live from Mumbai. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I want to start by getting Taslima Nasreen to open up the debate tonight. We are now being told that there needs to be an investigation on what Zakir Naik has said or not said. Zakir Naik himself says, I'm not telling people to carry out acts of terrorism. I'm not inspiring them. Essentially, his argument, Taslima Nasreen, is if somebody uses what I'm saying to get inspired, it's not my fault. Do you buy that argument? Taslima Nasreen, would you please start the debate, and everyone else feel free to come in. Taslima Nasreen.
Thank you, Arnab. Zakir Naik is very popular in Bangladesh. Many young people are inspired by Zakir Naik. They are becoming fundamentalists. And two of the Dhaka terrorists were inspired by Zakir Naik. One terrorist was called Rohin Imtiaz. He quoted Zakir Naik that all Muslims should be terrorists on his Facebook, and he disappeared.
Yeah.
He came back after 6 months as an Islamic terrorist, and he killed people at the Dhaka cafe. So, I'm very worried about Bangladeshi young people. I think that they watch Peace TV and they get inspired. I think that it should be stopped. Like even though I believe in freedom of expression, but I do not believe that those people should have freedom to express their hatred against people, and the people who issue fatwa against others and who set price on people's head. I don't think that they should have freedom to issue fatwa against other people.
That's what we're saying.
Same way, I think that Zakir Hussain should not have freedom to inspire people to become Islamic terrorists.
But that's exactly what we're saying. Shahryar Khan, you were very aggressive on the debate last night. But I don't believe a person who says I don't believe a person who says all Muslims should be terrorists. Or a person who goes on to say as well at the same time that let there be suicide bombing if required. I say deny him his freedom.
I don't buy Taslima Nasreen's. I do not buy Taslima Nasreen's argument. The problem of Bangladesh is the problem of Bangladesh. Their prime minister, because of some vindictive reasons, has been killing, opposition leaders who deserve to be maybe killed. I do not know. And that is generating radicalism there. I am not a supporter of Dr. Naik. I am a Sufi Muslim. I do not agree with most of his, his activities, public evangelism. I don't endorse him at all. Yeah. But in India, fair trial and due process of the law had to be followed. Yeah. And what the Mumbai police is doing, I welcome that probe.
Yeah. I don't know what there is to probe about. And what would you probe against a person who says that let's have suicide?
Why don't you go and probe? This is
what's there to probe?
This is not the way.
A person says
we have a judiciary, we have police.
One second. Shahryar Khan, let me please. Can I please get Abid Rasool Khan wants to jump into the debate and joining us this evening. Also joining us from Ontario, Toronto, Dr. Tarek Fatah, author and columnist, coming in on the debate. Welcome, Dr. Tarek Fatah. I want Abid Rasool Khan to come in. I don't know what needs to be. What inquiry there needs to be. There needs to be absolutely no inquiry. A man who says, Abid Rasool Khan, that let's have suicide bombings is a crazy fanatic. A man who says, let's have suicide bombings is a crazy fanatic. And he needs to be in lockup. Where is the need for an investigation?
Okay, now,
what investigation do you sought for? Yes, Abid Rasool Khan.
Let me respond. Dr. Zakir Naik's statements, speeches, and his teachings are a part of the record. They are on the net, they are on the web, and they are on the YouTube. Now, if any of his teaching has promoted terrorism, or it has instigated terrorism, or it has asked the youth to take a particular path which is against the law, then why is the government not booking cases and taking action against him to ban his channel? Now, let me complete.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. 1 minute. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because people like Digvijay Singh from your party, because people like Digvijay Singh from your party have given him political support and patronage.
Then why are you silent for all this period when all this is going on in the media? Does it take so much time to analyze? Does it take so much time to analyze his speeches and book cases against him if he has done something wrong? You need to do it. We trust the judiciary, we trust the laws of the country, we have total trust on the laws of this country. Let the law take its action. Nobody is going to support him if he has done wrong. The pre-notion that Muslims are supporting him has to be removed. We do not support anything which is against the country's laws.
You know something? You use these people politically, admit it. One sec, just a minute. You use these people politically. Abid Rasool Khan, I'll tell you why. You saw these pictures of Digvijay Singh sharing the stage with Zakir Naik and saying he's a great man, an apostle of peace. You gave Zakir Naik official patronage. Why would a Congress leader of the seniority of Digvijay Singh, someone seen to be close, let me complete, to Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi, be sharing a public platform with this man who inspires terrorists? Why would he? Did he do this with the consent of the Gandhis, or did he do this of his own record? Let me ask you a follow-up question. Can this sharing of the stage be divorced from the fact that India was gearing up for election season in September, October 2012, with the Karnataka elections due next year, followed by 5 state elections by the end of 2013? You were using him politically. Like Sonia Gandhi in the lead up to the Lok Sabha elections met with the Shahi Imam Bukhari in what was a pure case of vote bank politics. That is what Zakir Naik and Digvijay Singh were doing. Explain that hug. Explain the love for each other. Explain the comments saying that he's an apostle of peace. I'm sorry. You explain yourself tonight. And Sudhanshu Trivedi wants to come in, please, after that. Yeah, Sudhanshu Trivedi can come in after that.
Arnab, you have asked me a question. Let me respond to that question. Yeah. As far as Digvijay Singh is concerned, I don't hold a brief of the Congress party to answer that question, but still I'm
telling you, don't avoid it.
I have seen that clipping. Digvijay Singh has endorsed only the peace request. He has endorsed only the appeal for a peace.
Come on.
Now, as far as the sharing of the stage, we have seen all the top politicians of this country, whether opposition or in the power, they have shared the stages with criminals, with self-confessed terrorists, and this has been on record, even to the extent that the highest office has also shared a stage with a person who is still in the jails. So the politicians, when they share a stage, they don't know what is going to happen later.
They don't know. What rubbish? Come on. What do you mean? What do you mean they don't know? No, what do you mean they don't know? What do you mean they don't know? They don't know when they call Osama bin Laden Osama Ji. They don't know that Zakir Naik is a supporter of Osama bin Laden. They don't know that he inspires terrorist attacks. I want Sudhanshu Trivedi to respond. Sudhanshu Trivedi, there is a limit. There is a limit to appeasement. There is a limit to appeasement in this country. There has to be a stop to appeasement of this kind. If appeasement comes at the cost of national security, this appeasement must be taken to task, and people like Digvijay Singh, who are out there giving a certificate to Zakir Naik, must be asked whether they are traders in appeasement. Why should I not suspect political patronage? My information is there was pressure on the then Congress government in 2012 not to ban Peace TV by people within the establishment. My information, and should I tell you completely tonight, is that there is a person called Ahmed who's an Indian IUML member of parliament and ally of the Congress and a minister of state in the External Affairs Ministry. He had wanted the government to go slow on Zakir Naik and Peace TV due to the influence that they had in Kerala. Right or wrong? So for whatever reason, come on, you know what I'm saying. What's it? Sudhanshu Trivedi is on the debate. Sudhanshu is right.
Action against the people who are responsible for this.
Government will respond in going into the details. But Arnab, you remember it was the 2012 time. It was a time when Akbaruddin Owaisi was also the part of Congress party's alliance. Now Mr. Khan has said that somehow, somewhere, if a politician has gone, he should not be blamed. Yes, of course, it would have been a single isolated event. But it is not the case with Congress party and the leaders, particularly like Atiq-ur-Rehman Singh, who used to have the phrases like Osama Ji for Osama bin Laden, who used to have the phrase like Hafiz Sahab for Hafiz Saeed, and who uses to have the phrases of so many praises for Afzal Guru and Yaqub Menon. Actually, the problem is, now I would like to start with quoting the present instance of Dhaka, the gruesome killing of those devout Muslims on the day of Eid. Why they were killed? Because the ISIS type of organization believe that it is those Muslims who believe in terror are true and rest Muslims are liable to be killed. In the same manner, it is the Congress philosophy that those who are radical Muslims and the radical leaders, they are the champions of secularism and innocent should be done away with. And this is a consistent policy. You know, that's why in all the regime of UPA 1, they were doing something and politically doing the other thing. For example, they were saying that Batala House encounter was done in their time, but politically they were saying this was innocent. Afzal Guru and Yaqub Menon were hanged during their time, but leaders were participating in Namaz Janaza of Yaqub Menon. What does this mean? On the one hand, they are saying that they were planning to put a ban on Peace TV. On the same time, Digvijay Singh was sharing a dais with Zakir Naik. It means there is a sheer duplicity in the character for the sake of vote bank politics. As there is a phrase in Hindi,
Abid Rasool Khan, I want everyone to come into the debate at this point. I want Tarek Fateh to come in, Zafar Sareshwala to come in, Saad bin Jung to come in, Atiq-ur-Rehman. Shahryar Khan has not spoken and Shabnam Lone has not opened her innings as well.
I will rebut what Mr. Trivedi has said and then you can carry on this. Now, as far as
JP, allow the others to come in, please.
As far as stereotyping,
don't make it a BJP Congress thing. It's not about politics. This is a much bigger issue that we are discussing over here.
Yeah.
Arnab, may I say something
here?
Yes,
go on.
Now, the issue here is that today Tony Blair has gone ahead and said that the Iraq war, the killings of hundreds of thousands of women and children, was good for the world. I mean, what kind of people are these? What has the government of India retorted to that? Nothing. So today we have to view this in perspective of what the world is saying. Now, if you look at Zakir Naik, look at the fundamentalist cleric. Give him a mic. Give the fundamental politician or a cleric a mic. And what does he do? He plays God. And when he plays God, he destroys society. And when he destroys society, he radicalizes society. So we've got to be very careful of the Tony Blairs and the Zakir Naiks because they should not believe they're God and have the power to say what they want. And government of India, I'm afraid they just sit back and do nothing. Whether it's a Hindu fundamentalist, whether it's a Christian fundamentalist, whether it's Tony Blair now who said this horrendous thing, or whether it is Zakir Naik. And these people affect fundamentalism. They affect terrorism. Innocents die because of them. Please, come on, Sudhanshu. Come on,
exactly. I agree with you.
This is completely wrong what you're making. Don't make it political. Save our lives, for heaven's sake. This is becoming very bad for us.
Tarek Fateh, I completely agree with you. I don't know what the Mumbai police has begun an inquiry into his speeches and sermons to see if there is anything inflammatory which has been uttered and if any action can be taken. I mean, his comments, Sudhanshu Trivedi should know about Osama bin Laden go back to 2006. His comments on suicide bombings, Tarek Fateh, go back to 2012. His abusive comments on other religions go back to 2007. This man, if the BJP wanted to act, should have acted against him when they came to power in 2014. Now they say, when we say stop Zakir Naik, they say we're going to do an inquiry. That is complete rubbish. I mean, I don't buy it at all. Tarek Fateh, what in your view needs to be done?
No,
sir.
This is
Mr. Trivedi.
Arising because a terrorist has officially accepted that he was inspired by their speeches.
Oh, really?
Now it has become a clear categorical instance of threat to national security and threat to peace. And that's why the government has started taking and investigating all the things and will take an appropriate action.
You need a testimony of a terrorist to act against a man like Zakir Naik. He has used television to broadcast messages of hate. You want a terrorist to give an interview saying I was inspired by Zakir Naik to act against him? That's not even funny. Tarek Fatah is into the debate, and please feel to come in. Shabnam Lone. Tarek Fatah.
But the matter
Tarek
is,
Fatah.
when there is evidence of involvement in terrorism, then definitely we have acted.
You see, this man is only one person. He is under scrutiny because he speaks in English. There are tens of thousands of mullahs all over India who are saying worse things. Every Friday congregation starts with a prayer for Muslims to Allah, for Muslims to defeat the Qawmul Kuffar, which is you, the Hindus. And it goes unchecked because nobody is worried about.
It doesn't happen in India. It doesn't happen in India.
Just a second. It happens. I've got recordings.
It doesn't happen in India. Maybe it happens in various states, wherever.
Just a second. Will you let me speak? This is not a mosque.
Please, I know you don't like the Zakir Naik. Even I also disagree with him. But don't blatantly, lie on the national television.
I am saying on the record, you say worse things when nobody is recording. You tell people that their children were born Muslims and that they only became Hindus because their parents made them Hindus. What sort of a horrible thing that is to say to a parent? Not only that, Mr. Zakir Naik is not spreading terror. He is planting poison, ivy, and he's smart enough to know that I just planted it. Somebody else will come and harvest that hatred and go and kill. This person must be confronted. I don't think he needs to be banned. I think he should be stripped naked so everyone can hear that this man is not a man of peace. His television is not peace TV. His television is terrorism TV.
Arnab, this is a far serious debate than the way some of the panelists have started talking. Take Mr. Tarek Fatah. I don't know what nonsense he is talking that he should be stripped naked. This is a very serious debate. Question is, who is Zakir Naik?
Absolutely.
Zakir Naik holds a mesmeric sway over millions and millions of youth, unfortunately, may I say so. So the question is...
It's a drug addiction. It's a drug addiction in India.
What do we need to
Muslims,
do? No, the question is the Muslim world this time is going through a tectonic shift. There is a problem with the Muslim world. We have a sectarian strife throughout the world. We have an allied West which went to war in Iraq and Lebanon.
What has this got to do with Zakir Naik?
With the result today, you have
Why do you hide behind the West?
Report. What has happened is that ISIS
what has Tony Blair got to do with Zakir
Naik? Wars. Now, where is the democracy? The
what
greatest
unwarranted?
Democracy
What are you talking about?
Slumber. Does it need a Bangladesh? Does it need a Bangladesh to tell them that somebody is inspiring terror? It is the dismal failure of the Indian intelligence agency.
Oh, come on. 1 second. Shabnam Lone, I haven't seen a more misguided argument for the longest time. Come on, Shabnam Lone. You're missing the wood for the trees. And the reason you're missing the wood for the trees. Complete rubbish. No, Shabnam Lone, listen. You are going into some kind of a wishy-washy academic argument into let us see the root cause of terrorism. That root cause of terrorism argument is redundant. Listen to me. Shabnam Lone, listen. Shabnam Lone, ISIS flags.
Of the BJP, does he have the moral authority to talk about Zakir Naik? When you have a Sadhvi Pragya,
I have the moral authority.
All those
you have the moral authority. Why don't you speak against
people who are divisive and dangerous? Does he have the moral authority to speak? He does not have the moral authority to speak.
No, you don't.
I do not.
You're a Sharia Bolshevik.
I'm saying his funds should
you
be
do support him.
Peace TV, the funds.
No, you do support him.
And he
don't bluff Indians.
Who says I do support him?
You are a supporter of Zakir Naik.
Mr. Tarek,
of course you do.
Fatah,
you think people are fooled by this?
You are speaking rubbish.
No, you do. All you Sharia Bolsheviks support him.
Mr. Tarek Fatah, you seem to be some paid person. What are you talking? You are talking rubbish.
Oh, I'm a paid person. Yeah, I'm paid by India. I'm paid by India, sure.
Last night against him.
Yeah, you know what? You know what? Just a minute. Shabnam Lone, you don't want to address the issue. Shabnam Lone, you don't want to address the issue. 1 minute. You don't want to address the issue. So let me draw you back into the debate right now. 1 second, Tarek. Tarek, for the 1 minute. Tarek, for the 1 minute. Tarek, for the 1 minute. You see, now let's not get personal with each other. Ladies and gentlemen, may I request you all to keep composure and bring back on the debate. Now my question to you, Shabnam Lone, is this, and please listen to me. Listen to me. Think about Kashmir. Listen to me. ISIS flags are raised on a routine basis in Kashmir every day. What is the guarantee that those people who raise the ISIS flag are not inspired by Zakir Naik? For a man who refuses to condemn, let me complete. Do you know? Let me complete my point. Let me complete my point, and then come in and you can say what you want to. Given the content of his speeches, isn't it only fodder for the people of the likes of Yasin Malik and that venomous pro-Pakistan anti-national agent Syed Ali Shah Gilani to latch on to it? Given the content of what he says on television, is it only fodder for the likes of people like Syed Salahuddin and Hafiz Saeed to give it a religious justification of violence and separatism against India? And you are missing the wood for the trees, and you've got blinkers on today at a time when members of the Indian Mujahideen, the Glasgow bombers, the Dhaka killers has been inspired by this man's speeches. You want to go into some convoluted explanation on why there's terrorism in the first place in the world?
Inspired by
I'm sorry.
Speeches. Where was the government? Such people.
You tell me today. Should Zakir Naik be banned? Should Zakir Naik be jailed or not?
No.
Should Zakir Naik be jailed or not? Take a position on it today.
Zakir Naik speeches. These people are defending.
Tariq Fateh is responding. Tariq Fateh is responding.
There should be an inquiry.
Tariq Fateh.
He should be banned after fair.
Look at her attitude.
Now let me tell you one thing. He is not the messenger.
No, I'm not paid by India.
Listen to me. The Muslim Ummah.
I won't listen to you. No. You're an apologist for these jihadis.
I am saying that, look here, in that ugly incident in Bangladesh, for me, who is the messenger of the Prophet? That Muslim boy, Musharraf Hussain, who refused
I'm sorry, 1 second. Since you are, I'm sorry. Let us open the debate. 1 second, let's open the debate, Shabnam Lone. And मेरी बात जरा सुनिए आप 2 मिनट तसल्ली से मेरी बात सुनिए. मैं कुछ कहने वाला हूं आपको. बैठे हुए हैं प्रोग्राम पर शरियार खान इस्लामिक स्कॉलर है. कल प्रोग्राम में उन्होंने कहा कि मैं सूफी हूं. I represent the Islam that is practiced in India. I don't know as much about Islam as all of you do, but I can tell you one thing, that Salafi and Wahhabi Islam, that is an import from Saudi Arabia, is not the Islam that is practiced by 150 million Indian Muslims.
I agree with you.
So listen to me. If you agree with me, I want Atiq-ur-Rehman to come in on this.
I agree that,
Atiq-ur-Rehman on the debate.
Saudi Arabia.
Atiq-ur-Rehman. Listen to me.
How did we?
But that should be left to the community to counter it.
Sir, listen to me. You are the Islamic scholars, I'm not. I want Atiq-ur-Rehman from Mumbai to come into the debate. I want Zafar Sareshwala to come into the debate. I want, no, listen. This is India. This is India. This is not Atiq-ur-Rehman. It is not Saudi Arabia. This is India. We are a secular nation. This nation, you cannot, in this country, sitting on our soil, having an Indian passport, give a religious explanation. Atiq-ur-Rehman, I don't know if you can hear me, but if you can, then answer my question tonight. I don't know if you can hear me, Atiq-ur-Rehman. Can you?
Hello.
Can you hear me, Atiq-ur-Rehman?
वो ब्रेक पे चले गए.
Can you hear me? You can't hear me. Now let someone else answer that question. Let someone else answer that question. My question is very simple. 1 minute, Sudhanshu Trivedi. One second.
Arnab, let me
come in. All right, Zafar Sareshwala.
Arnab.
Yeah, go on.
Arnab, I want to come in.
Yeah,
I want to come in.
Go on.
And we are actually transgressing from the debate. The whole debate should be radicalization versus moderation. And Islam is, as you rightly pointed out, the Islam which 150 or 200 million Muslims practice in India is the real Islam of moderation. Islam has talked about moderation. The word used in Hadith is Darmiyana Ravi, beach ka rasta. Islam has said about moderation even in worship. In fact, Islam, the reason for Islam's spread across the world was it had left open space for pluralism. It was a religion which had given inheritance to the women. It had abhorred the practice of women's circumcision.
Come to
Islam
the point.
Had that flexibility. Even today we have 4 schools of thoughts. Yeah, coming to the point. If people are radicalizing, it is our duty to de-radicalize. Why people like us or who really talk about moderation, why are we quiet? We need to come out very strongly. As somebody was pointed out the other day, when there is some bomb blast in Gaza or something happens in Gaza or in Jerusalem, we demonstrate.
Then tell me.
But why don't we come
I understand all this.
When something happens in Istanbul or something happens in Bangladesh?
I understand what you're saying, Zafar Sareshwala, but if that is the point that I just want to know, and maybe Atiq-ur-Rehman can enlighten me, if this is the case, and we know that this man does not represent either Islam or the inclusiveness or pluralistic nature of Islam, as you say, then why is he being given a free hand, Atiq-ur-Rehman? Do you not believe it is time to ban him? Put him in jail if required. Because he is a trader of hate. You know, if Islam in India is inclusive, tolerant and diverse, then Zakir Naik is the antithesis of the Islam that has been practiced in India. And he does not deserve the support of politicians, but he is getting it. And these politicians like Digvijay Singh are standing and supporting a man who says that Osama bin Laden is a great man. A person who supports Osama bin Laden is getting the open support of Indian political leaders. Why? Atiq-ur-Rehman.
Arnab, may I join?
Go ahead, Atiq-ur-Rehman is on the debate. Atiq-ur is live.
Arnab, I was appalled that what was a politician doing?
Atiq-ur-Rehman.
Muslim goes.
What business that politician had to?
I heard you.
Please let me speak.
Go on.
If you are talking of moderate Muslims, the moderate Muslims of today need answers to several questions, and the questions are answered well, very much researched by Dr. Zakir Naik only in the community. The other community leaders, they have failed to answer the thousands of questions of moderate Muslims. Now you want to shut this voice. That's nonsense. India's constitution is the answer. Please be very much called. No, that's a lie. Don't be selective. You're lying. In the speeches of Dr. Naik. Please, the youth of today.
You're lying about this.
Answers to the questions which you are unable to answer. And this is the voice who answers.
Go to the constitution.
Lex and lex of questions.
Not to the hadith.
The moderate Muslims. Of course, go to the constitution.
What moderate Muslims are you talking about?
Taslima Nasreen.
Taslima Nasreen on the debate.
Arabs coming.
Taslima Nasreen on the debate with Atiq-ur-Rehman.
Renting out girls.
Can I please get Taslima Nasreen on the debate? That is, you are sounding like an apologist for Zakir Naik. Atiq-ur-Rehman. All right. Shariar Khan first.
Shariar Khan first.
Do
not spread hate in India. Please do not spread hate in India.
Out of context.
Spread hate in India. You should know what you are talking. This is
go
India.
To Saudi Arabia and settle down.
We love it. We live with absolute amity and love for each other. This debate is about Zakir Naik's hate speech. Nobody wants to listen to your
you are being selective.
Your nonsense.
All right, between Shahryar Khan and Atiq-ur-Rehman will debate this.
Naik is the
1 second. On two sides of the panel, please. I want the next 4 minutes to be an open debate between Shahryar Khan, Islamic scholar, and Atiq-ur-Rehman, also a researcher into Islamic studies, joining us from Bangalore and Mumbai, respectively. And may I begin this part of the debate between these two gentlemen who are debating very passionately by saying that I have never disagreed with anyone with as much conviction as I disagree with Atiq-ur-Rehman today. Atiq-ur-Rehman, you say you're an Islamic scholar. Do you know about Indian Islam? Can you give a religious explanation for suicide bombing?
Please
you give a 1 second, Atiq-ur-Rehman. Atiq-ur-Rehman, this is India. The constitution is supreme. You cannot give a religious explanation for suicide bombing. That is not the Islam that is practiced by 150 million Indian Muslims. Denigrating other faiths is not the Islam practiced in India by 150 million Indian Muslims. Refusing to condemn Osama bin Laden as a terrorist is not the Islam that is practiced in India by 150 million Indian Muslims.
I am a researcher on Islamic studies. I don't favor any teachings of IRF or Dr. Zaid.
I am saying to you, and let Sharia respond to you.
Scholar Dr. Rafiq Zakaria, I can claim you don't be selected out
Let's get
of
Taslima Nasreen on the
100
left.
speeches. You cannot quote just 2.
All right, Saad bin Jones. Taslima Nasreen responding. Taslima Nasreen, would you like to respond, please, to Atiq-ur-Rehman?
Yeah, you know, I think that Zakir Naik is a liar. He lies about Islam. He says that Quran is more scientific than modern science. Actually, it's not true. He lies about women's rights, about human rights. He said that Quran prescribes human rights, women's rights and freedom of expression and democracy, which is not true. Islam is not compatible with human rights, women's rights, democracy and freedom of expression. And you know, there are some preachers who inspire people to become Islamic terrorists. Anzem Chaudhary from UK, he is probably in jail.
It is not like writing Lajja. This is something else.
Laki from Yemen, who was killed, but Zakir Naik is free. He is doing whatever he wants, and he is lying.
Let us talk about Zakir Naik and not Quran or any other holy scripture. Unless you're an authority on that.
Many Islamic terrorists. So I think that we don't want Islamic terrorists
1 second.
anymore.
Also responding right now.
So many people, bloggers, writers, secularists, atheists are getting killed.
Miss Taslima Nasreen, you keep your arguments confined to Zakir Naik. It is your habit, it is your job to berate Islam. There is no need for you to do that. You are not an authority on the Sunnah and the Quran and my Prophet. Don't do that. Don't denigrate my Prophet. You have no right to do that because it is your job. You make a living out of that. So that makes you an interested party. Stick
job.
to the brief.
Is there no... So critical thinking is discouraged by Zakir Naik, and if critical thinking is discouraged, then there will be no progress in Muslim society.
Well, we don't need your sermons, Miss Taslima Nasreen.
You should allow critical thinking, you know. And Islam has to go through the enlightenment process other religions have gone through by questioning unscientific, unscientific,
we are not saying there is
irrational
nothing logical about
and inhuman
religion. Aspects of religion. If you want
to help Islamic,
you have no right to hurt other people's sentiments the way other people do not have the right to hurt you. So don't.
I don't know why you're being so touchy. No, I don't know why you're being so touchy. I don't know why both Shahryar Khan. I'm sorry. I don't know why.
Arnab, it's not being touchy. She doesn't know the subject. Arnab, she doesn't know the subject. There was Islamic Renaissance in Baghdad.
Right. Right, one second. Shariar Khan, listen.
Yeah.
One second. If you and Shabnam Lone want to debate this directly with Taslima Nasreen, and if both of you are going to make it a debate on religion, then allow me to moderate, Shariar. Allow me to moderate. Because both of you have launched a personal attack on her.
Definitely, come in.
Both of you have launched a personal attack on Taslima Nasreen.
No, this is not a personal attack.
Saad bin Jung is also coming in. Saad bin Jung is on the debate. Saad bin Jung is on the debate.
I need to ask everyone,
this is not a personal attack. Nobody has the right to denigrate someone else's religion.
No.
We regard Rama Krishna. We respect all religions.
None of you are helping India. None of you are helping India understand what is wrong over here. Arnab, can I come in here?
No, I want to ask you one thing. One minute, just a minute. Before you come in, Saad bin Jung, I just want to ask you one thing. Is this debate about Taslima Nasreen? Is this debate about Islam?
No.
Or is this debate about a man who spreads hate and inspires terrorists? And because you are not able to answer that question, Shabnam Lone, you are not able to answer that question, so you want to attack Saad bin Jung. Saad bin Jung, say something now. Shabnam Lone, one minute. Saad and Shabnam Lone.
Shabnam, you have spoken for half an hour and you missed the main point, Shabnam. And Taslima, you've also missed the main point. The problem here is, and government of India must understand this also, why is it that we need a Dr. Zakir Naik? Why do we need him? It's because the Muslim has stopped reading the Quran. The Muslim has stopped understanding the Quran. That's why he goes to these fundamental clerics and they play havoc with him. They play havoc with the system. It's time now that these Muslims start reading the Quran. They don't need anyone like this. They can on their own. It's a very simple, peaceful religion. And I mean, look what the world is doing to us today. Look what Tony Blair did to us today. He said, let me finish. आप कितना पुकार रही हो यार? आप बात करने दो दूसरों को. आप बात करने नहीं देते किसी को.
Terrorists.
You allow us to finish. So you need to understand what Tony Blair has done to Islam today.
No, one second.
He has said killing of hundreds of thousands of people.
Atiq-ur-Rehman is on the debate.
Atiq-ur-Rehman, when the youth, the moderate Muslim go to the Maulana, they are unable to explain them. And that is why they turn to a researcher, they turn to a Dr. Zakir Naik who speaks with data, with perfect facts and figures.
Okay. Can you... Atiq-ur-Rehman, one second. I want Taslima Nasreen on one side, and can I ask you, Atiq-ur, first of all, can you hear me? I want Tarek Fatah on the other side. I want to moderate this part of the debate. I have a gentleman here. Atiq-ur, first of all, I hope you can hear me. Tarek, we're going to get into a debate for the next 5 minutes, right? Repeatedly on the program tonight. First, you made an argument saying that, the Muslims need an answer. I don't know what kind of answer they're getting from this venomous character called Zakir Naik, who belongs to a jail.
I'll tell you.
No, one second. I'll tell you. Tell me, where in the Quran does it say that there should be suicide bombing? And if this man says there should be suicide bombing, then this man is directly inspiring terrorists.
The only person
to kill innocent people, to kill innocent children, to kill innocent women. You are saying today, I say there is no religion. There is no religion in the world which says you can kill innocent men, women and children through suicide bombings.
And the hadith by numbers. No Maulana has the guts to quote the Quran by the numbers. No Maulana has the guts to quote the hadith by numbers.
What difference does that make? You're throwing numbers. Chapter 1, page 32. What is this nonsense? Is this a circus? Do you think you go to university and the professor starts throwing these numbers at you?
Okay.
Page 55, color number 3.
That may be sounding...
Why? Why should I repeat numbers?
Good to you. But when you talk of
no,
facts,
but it is crazy
you just now
for
ask
you.
That, where is the Quran?
It's a
I'm
joke.
telling you, where is the Quran? Of course,
it might be
crazy
don't even
for you.
know.
It might be crazy. Then if he does not quote by the numbers,
you are actually Atiq-ur-Rehman, I'm appalled by what you're saying. You're actually saying Atiq-ur-Rehman, how can you even say a word on Taslima Nasreen when the fact of the matter is this, that you are supporting, Atiq-ur-Rehman, 1 minute. Don't denigrate.
I'm not supporting anybody.
Don't denigrate the Islamic religion. Don't denigrate it. Don't. Don't.
I am not.
Don't. And you are. You are. Tell me, do you realize that this is India?
I am not denigrating Islam.
You cannot listen here. Listen. This is not an import-export agency going on. Okay? You can't say, now our import agency will bring Salafi and Wahhabi Islam. And we will do wholesale imports of it from Saudi Arabia. And then we will say this is the Islam that is practiced by 150 million Indian Muslims. You, Atiq-ur-Rehman, get a reality check, okay? Go on the streets of any Indian city and ask any Indian Muslim that say that I am a wholesale dealer and I import Salafi and Wahhabi Islam. Is this the Islam that has been practiced for centuries in India? Every Indian Muslim will tell you that you are wrong. You understand what I am saying? And that's what Zakir Naik is saying.
May I know who is
so
this?
You don't speak for all Indian Muslims and neither does Zakir Naik. Am I clear to you? You don't. So don't be presumptuous.
Mr. Arnab, may I know who is this?
Pardon me, this is Arnab here. Arnab. And I told you that. Denigrating other religions.
Go on the streets. Go in the streets and talk to the moderate Muslims. You'll get the answer.
Denigrating and abusing other religions is not the Islam that is practiced in India by 150 Indian Muslims. You're wrong.
No, that's
Let hear it from Saad bin Jung.
That's what I object to. If anybody is denouncing the other religions to preach Islam, which is bad, it's not permissible.
No, allow me to say this, please. Because I think Indian Muslims need to understand this. The world also needs to understand this. The reason is very simple. Why is Dr. Zakir Naik there? It's because the Muslim is not reading the Quran. He's not even making the effort to understand the spirit of the Quran, that he's reaching out to these fundamentalists, and these fundamentalists say what they want, which is completely removed from the reality and the spirit of the Quran, and it goes completely haywire. Radicalization is bound to come in, and you need to start educating these Muslims on the Quran. They must have enough confidence in the book itself. They don't need Zakir Naik. The moment you have the Zakir Naik thinks he's got a mic,
Sudhanshu Trivedi is on the debate. Sudhanshu Trivedi is on the debate. He wanted to say something to Atiq-ur-Rehman. Yes, Sudhanshu Trivedi. Go ahead.
Arnab, you have raised a very serious and a gravityful question of Islam and the Indian context of Islam. All those panelists who are sitting here are having great knowledge about Islam. I would like to just put forth one fact. You know how many sects of Islam are there? There are 72 sects of Islam, 72 firqe. And you know, if there is only country in the world, one country which is having all the 72 sects, it is only India. Why? Because there is a typical diverse characteristic of Islam since 1,000 years. Whether it was the great learned person like Amir Khusro, or a great Indian poet like Abdul Rahim Khan Khana, or a great devout of Krishna like Sheikh Muhammad Ibrahim Ras Khan, or like Dara Shikoh, who translated Persians into Upanishads into Persian. From there, Fayuddin Dagar, Ustad Bismillah Khan, Ustad Zakir Hussain, up to Abul Kalam. But the problem is, with the present political mindset, which draws inspiration more from Babar, Tughlaq, Aurangzeb, to Afzal, Yaqub, Ishrat, and from the same mindset which is taking the inspiration from Jinnah to Zakir Naik. That's why they are trying to divert the Indian mindset from the true, diversified, original Indian Islam to a particular type of radicalism.
Sudhanshu, the arguments that you make, you are making the arguments that you are making, Sudhanshu Trivedi, in the backdrop of what happened in Muzaffarnagar riots, the Muslims have become insecure. Ask your party men, ask all those extremists and fundamentalists in your party. They should know how to handle themselves.
If it was insecure, why Congress has not even asked the report from UP government? Forget about doing anything.
So much insecurity in the Muslims that this is where they turn to. So I have no hesitation in saying that those extremists in your party,
and a very, very vast question. You are trying to again come to a Muzaffarnagar riot. It will not happen.
Tasleem Rehmani is on the other side. Tasleem Rehmani.
There is one point where we are going wrong. Zakir Naik has 200 million followers all over the world.
And it's around more than 3 years. The UP government has done any justice.
I'm saying he's not confined to India only. So I think it is better for you to mend your own ways.
I have one question. You remember Akbaruddin of His
India.
Give me a minute. Just a minute. I have a question.
If we didn't have Sadhvis, Niranjan Jyotis,
Atiq-ur-Rehman is speaking.
The Muslims would have become so insecure. You are the people who drive them to people.
And
like
one more
Zakir
question
Naik.
to you.
So you
name a single instance in which Dr. Zakir Naik has praised India,
No, madam,
has praised
you are
Indian
wrong.
constitution,
You are
has praised democracy.
Atiq-ur-Rehman and Sudhanshu Trivedi, only both of them, please.
You quote a single instance in which they have praised the martyrs. No. Praise the soldiers. No. Those who have laid down their life on the border. No. That's why I am saying this is the typical political mindset of Congress. This is last 100 years. Atiq-ur-Rehman, Pragya Singh and Muzaffarnagar. Since 1920, Congress supported Khilafat movement of Turkey, and from there,
only the scholars and the sociologists in your debate. This is not a political issue. Mr. Arnab, please call all the sociologists on your panel. This is not a political debate. Let them debate what harm,
which was the first political party.
Zakir Naik
Tasleem, Rehmani and Tarek Fateh on the debate, please. Can I have both of them on screen, please, now? Tasleem, Rehmani and Tarek Fateh. Tasleem, Rehmani and Tarek Fateh, the overwhelming demand of the people in this country.
Again, in 1989.
One second. Sudhanshu Trivedi, listen. Giving lectures is one thing. Acting is another.
Sudhanshu Trivedi,
one minute. Just one minute.
Particular, you said that there are 72 sects, but you did not name Shah Abdul Aziz, who was the architect of our freedom movement, at whose name there are so many boys has been arrested in the country because they were having the literature of Shah Abdul Aziz, who was the real architect of the freedom movement.
There's a choice here. We can either choose Allah's Islam or Mullah's Islam.
I'm using the word
these people
under inverted
for defenders
that
of
Tasleem, Rehmani, one second.
want Mullah Islam over here because it comes from Saudi Arabia. It comes from Saudi Arabia and the Gulf capitals where a lot of money is at stake. India should stop funding of the madrasas.
By only both of them, please. Yeah, Atiq-ur-Rehman, yes.
It's Allah's Islam versus Mullah's Islam.
Yeah, Mr. Arnab, if you are talking of the, if you are, please allow me to speak. Please allow me to speak. If you are talking of the 72 sects of Islam, let me clarify. Only 4 sects of Islam
Zafar
today are prevalent.
Zafar Sareshwala,
no. Indian subcontinent.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Please.
Zafar Sareshwala.
Please
respond
don't
to
diverse the debate. Only 2 prominent sects are there. Only 2. Arnab, only 2 prominent sects are there functioning in the Indian subcontinent, and those 2, majority out of these 2 sects are the moderate Muslims. If you want to shun the voice of the moderate Muslims, it will be detrimental to our society, to our country, and the world at large.
No, you don't. You didn't even answer.
This is not a debate on the sects of Islam, please, for heaven's sake. I'm going to ask Mr. Trivedi a question over here. Mr. Trivedi, you've seen that what has happened, what the Indian Muslim needs to do, what Zakir Naik is saying, what the Hindu fundamentalists say on the mic when they get a mic. You know what Tony Blair today has said. What is your government going to do about it? Please tell us.
Yeah, exactly.
Give us some confidence that you are going to do something about this.
Yeah, will you? I mean, I want to follow that up by asking Sudhanshu Trivedi that, as I was just telling you, it's one thing to come on Newshour and give lectures. Tell us how are Zakir Naik's speeches any less of a threat to our country than the anti-India sloganeering that defended Afzal Guru in JNU recently? भारत की बर्बादी के जो स्लोगन थे वो इससे ज़्यादा dangerous कैसे हैं? You acted on that. On this, you are not acting. When Akbaruddin Owaisi made a hate speech, the BJP came out and asked for his immediate arrest. Why is the BJP not asked for the immediate arrest of Zakir Naik? Why are you hiding behind political correctness, diplomacy, giving the excuse we have to do an inquiry? Why? Why? What are you waiting for?
I want to ensure that the government is having a strict vigilance.
Oh, please don't give me a lecture on vigilance.
And what was involved.
Don't give me a lecture on vigilance. Sorry for that. Don't give me a lecture on vigilance.
Appropriate action.
What appropriate action? What appropriate action? Do you know that on 20th March 2016 in the BJP's national resolution, nationalism in the BJP's national political resolution.
It is not the political parties like us to decide.
Of course it is. You had a political resolution in March 2016 where you said nationalism, article of faith. That was one full section.
Of the government that government will take an appropriate action. But
what are you waiting for?
Sitting on the panel, they are the social activists. What their stand ideologically, I want to ask them.
You tell us what action will you take.
Give us some confidence. Don't give us these political
You give us confidence. You're the party.
Give us some solutions.
So Shabnam Loan is responding as well. Shabnam Loan.
In the next 1 year, in the next 2 years.
Shabnam Loan is also countering you on.
Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, I have a simple question for you. Since you have been lecturing at length, now you just tell me, let us assume for argument's sake that Mr. Zakir Naik is involved in this anti-national rhetoric. It is an anti-humanity rhetoric. You just answer me, what action are you going to take against him? What action are you going to ask against the Saudi Arabia government which has funded him? Will you go on a diplomatic offensive against the Saudi government which has funded him? What answers do you have? Leave alone aside the rhetoric and the long lectures that you give. I do not believe.
But what are you going to do about it?
Please answer my question.
Shabnam Loan.
Why are you defending Zakir Naik?
I have not done anything rhetoric. I have given the factual basis of all the historical events in the modern world.
Of course you are.
Each and every fact and each and every name which I have quoted is having some substance. And as far as what you are talking about, whosoever is funding, whosoever is trying to perpetrate terror, our investigating agencies are having a strict vigilance and they will take appropriate action at an appropriate time, whether it was Mr. Zakir Naik or somebody else. But I want to ask a question, that those who are openly sharing the dais with Zakir Naik, what is their ideological, political and moral stand today?
You have been in slumber.
On the legal, constitutional and technical aspects, our government will react. But I want an answer on the moral, political and ideological aspect.
That anyone who breaks India into Hindu and Muslim, you will jail him. Even if he's a politician from your party or from the Congress party. You will jail any politician, anyone who comes on the mic and breaks India into Hindu and Muslim. Give us that confidence today. Why are you frightened?
देखिए साहब, आपने भी बात कही जाकिर नाइक की, आप बात करते हैं जो डिवाइड करने की बात करते हैं. अरे जाकिर नाइक के नाम में नाइक कहां से है? कोई डिवीजन नहीं था. खामखा का डिवीजन क्रिएट करते हैं आप लोग.
अवॉइड कर रहे हैं.
क्या बात कर रहे हैं आप? जाकिर नाइक अगर फंडामेंटल स्पीच देंगे तो ऑटोमेटिकली वहां पे रेडिकलाइजेशन आएगा. वो तो आपको समझना पड़ेगा. आप तो गवर्नमेंट चला रहे हैं, आप हिंदुस्तान चला रहे हैं. आपको तो इतना तो समझना पड़ेगा कि फंडामेंटलाइजेशन ऑफ एनी स्पीच इज रेडिकलाइजेशन ऑफ इंडिया. हमको तोड़ देंगे ये लोग, बांट देंगे हमको.
आंसर हो गया.
अगर आप उनको पकड़ के जेल में नहीं डालेंगे.
Tariq Fateh, no, I can clearly see here that I am getting no commitment from the ruling party of India. 1 second, Tariq Fateh, 1 second, please. I have a question here. I have a question here for 1 minute. Just relax 1 minute. I have a question here for Shabnam Loan, and before that to Atiq-ur-Rehman, Shabnam Loan, and Shahryar Khan. I have a simple question from you. Can you please give me some attention? And Atiq-ur-Rehman, tell me today. You know this Salafi Islam, also known as Wahhabism, right? This hardline ideology, which is not Indian and will never be Indian, which has led to the creation of the Al-Qaeda, led to the creation of ISIS, the Islamic State, right? And led to the creation of the Taliban. I want to know from you whether you believe that this ideology, which has sprouted terrorist groups globally, has any place in India. Don't avoid my question. This is un-Indian. Salafi Wahhabi Islam is un-Indian. Pakistan followed it. Look at what happened to Pakistan. This is an illiberal, intolerant, puritanical form of Islam. You tell me today, Atiq-ur-Rehman, whether it has any place in India. 1 minute. Taslima Nasreen will respond on the other side. 1 second, please.
May I come in, Arnab?
Yeah, but after your reply,
I'll answer you directly, Arnab.
Yeah.
I will answer you directly. The moderate young Muslim of India, I am speaking on behalf of Mumbai Muslims, we are not at all interested in Salafi or Wahhabism of Dr. Zakir Naik.
Good.
When we attend and listen to the CDs of Dr. Zakir Naik's lectures, we are only interested in the Quran and the Hadith.
What Quran? No, one second. What quotation of the Quran comes in here? I am asking you a different question. I am not going into the details of the Quran. Sorry. No, I'm not discussing a religious issue. I am not discussing a religious issue. Tariq Fateh, there's a contradiction there. Tariq Fateh.
इतना झूठ बोलते हैं आप लोग. You see, this is a lie. You see, on one side they say we are not following Wahhabi Islam, and then they say we are listening to the CDs and speeches of Zakir Naik. But Zakir Naik is bringing Wahhabi Islam into India. The Jamaat-e-Islami of India is also involved. Zakir Naik is not alone. There are thousands of these people
who are to throw away the majority of the Indian Muslims towards that.
Absolutely, because you are cowards and you are liars. You are liars and cowards, and you will be caught in your act. Absolutely, you may not be interested. Because you are not interested in the truth, you are not interested, you are blind to the truth. You talk about the Quran and you never
you are just trying to
Tasleem Ahmed Rehmani in the middle.
Throw all these Muslims.
You don't know anything about Indian Muslims.
By your actions towards this, please don't do this service.
Tarek, you are making a lie. You are misinforming the Indian Muslims.
The truth is very bitter.
Tasleem Ahmed Rehmani is saying something to Tariq Fateh.
Very bitter.
Yes, Tasleem Rehmani.
This is not truth. This is not truth. You cannot say that the Jamaat-e-Islami, Jamiat Ulama and so many other organizations belong to the Wahhabism. Yes, there are some Wahhabis, there are Wahhabis.
What do you mean? Yes, Maulana Maududi, the founder of Jamaat-e-Islami, is part of Muslim Brotherhood.
That you will raise the Jamaat-e-Islami.
That is completely untrue.
For that matter. This is wrong. You are misinforming the Indians.
Abul Ala Maududi was a founder of Jamaat-e-Islami. He was a Hyderabadi Indian.
See, gentlemen.
He was not a Wahhabi.
See, gentlemen.
All the Muslim Brotherhood are Wahhabis.
Atiq-ur-Rehman. Can I get? You see, this is not. I believe, and I'm saying this. Tasleem Rehmani. Mr. Rehmani. More than religion, more than sex, more than anything else. Tasleem Rehmani. I've been saying this since yesterday. If you can just hear me, please. I'm saying this in yesterday, that Islam is a great religion with a lot of tolerance, a lot of plurality, a lot of history, right? And a lot to learn. That's not the issue tonight. Let's not confuse the issue.
But also otherwise.
The issue is, one second, Tariq Fateh. It's the issue is this individual. The issue is not Islam. The issue is not Islam. The issue is the use.
You are right, Arnab.
The issue is the misuse. The issue is the misuse and the misinterpretation to suit his personal convenience. Atiq-ur-Rehman, he uses it, misuses it, misinterprets it to make money, to build a television empire, to become a billionaire. You can't build a justification for that person saying he talks logic. He talks no logic. There is no room in India for people who rationalize terrorism and refuse to condemn it. There is no room in India for people who rationalize terrorism when we have been victims of terrorism for decades. That's the issue. We are victims of terrorism. We cannot have a person on our soil who makes a career out of using religion to rationalize acts of terrorism and violence, to denigrate other religions, to rationalize terrorism where the Al-Qaeda and the ISIS are trying to recruit Indians. It's dangerous. Atiq-ur-Rehman, as a researcher of Islamic studies, as a well-read man, you should be the first person to oppose it. Think of the long-term consequences for our country. Think about it.
Tooth and nail I oppose, Arnab. Tooth and nail I oppose. Tooth and nail I oppose whatever has been said by Dr. Zakir Naik as regards to terrorism and denouncing other religions. Quran does not permit to denounce other religions, to preach Islam.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
As far as the words of terrorism are concerned, I do not favor Dr. Zakir Naik if he is favoring terrorism at all in any of the lectures.
All I'm saying is,
you speak both sides of your mouth. It's unbelievable.
I want to go to Taslima Nasreen right now. The issue is today...
Are you asking me?
No, he made an observation. Let's not fight personally. I think, can I say one thing today? Can I say one thing today at this stage, this point of time in the debate? It's 10 minutes past 10 p.m. And can I say this? Taslima Nasreen, Tarek, Fatah, Sudhanshu, Trivedi, Zafar, Sareshwala, Saad bin Jung, Tasleem, Rehmani, Atiq-ur-Rehman, Shahryar Khan, who's been coming on the program since yesterday. Abid Rasool Khan is not there, and certainly Shabnam Lone. We are all proud Indians, aren't we? We are proud Indians.
Definitely.
And I think this is too great a country, Shabnam Lone, that one man who wants to make money by playing with the minds of innocent Indians, brainwashing them. All I'm saying is Shabnam Lone, listen. We cannot allow this hate. We have to stop it. We are too large a country, too many communities, too much at stake to allow him on lose. That's all I'm saying, Shabnam Lone. And
my question, Arnab, is why hasn't he been stopped till now?
So stop him. I'm telling Sudhanshu Trivedi, stop him. I'm repeatedly telling Sudhanshu Trivedi, stop him. Act now.
Right.
Sudhanshu Trivedi has to tell us whether he's going to stop him.
You are telling cannot be proved. I tell you.
No, Sudhanshu Trivedi has to give the commitment.
Repeatedly said that the government is strictly watching everything.
Kya watching?
Take an appropriate.
Kya watching? Watching what?
Oh, come on.
And how and when they will take action, it is for agencies to decide.
Keep watching.
As far as the commitment of the government is concerned,
always watching.
On any act
it's always watching. What the Sibanand is saying is government is watching. What Parveen Togaria is saying, government is watching.
Government will act upon
What Purohit is saying, government is watching. Everybody is saying that we belong to RSS and government is watching.
Taslima Nasreen, back on the debate before I close tonight. Taslima Nasreen.
Yeah.
You are just a watcher.
Taslima Nasreen, please. Can I have her on screen?
If we allow, if we allow a fundamentalist and pro-terrorist Zakir Naik to go unopposed, then our society will be destroyed. And we have to save young generation from becoming Islamic terrorists. India is having moderate Muslims, but you know Bangladesh.
Let us speak. Tasleem Rehmani is Bangladesh. Let us speak. The moment she says anything, you come
country. India will become a fundamentalist country.
We don't have that problem in India yet.
Let her speak. Can she speak?
If we do not stop people like Zakir Naik.
No, Taslima Nasreen. Taslima Nasreen, that is your Bengal problem.
She is not living in her own country.
What have the people in Bangladesh done? De-radicalize the Muslims there.
It's the problem of the Indian subcontinent.
No. One second. You know, I think we are mixing some things up. No, we are mixing. We are. One second. Can I come in? I'm extending this by 3 minutes. 1 minute. Shahryar Khan.
You know, if everybody, all Muslims are good here, then how come I was physically attacked in India? How come so many fundamentalists issued fatwa against me? How come so many Islamic fundamentalists set price on my head? If everybody, all Muslims are moderate Muslims.
You can't hold us accountable for that.
Okay, Shahryar Khan.
Actions in hooliganism here. Islam does not promote hooliganism.
Shahryar Khan, can I say something? I agree with you to a point that those who, and I've said this before,
advises Muslims to do violence.
You see, Taslima Nasreen, what I said here is that I agree with you, Shahryar Khan, that those who physically attacked, threw stones on Taslima Nasreen, right? They're hooligans. I say that they don't represent. Yeah. They don't represent the Indian Muslim, and I request Taslima Nasreen also to appreciate that. My only point tonight is, the discussion is not on Taslima Nasreen. The discussion is about this country. And the discussion is only about whether Zakir Naik should be let loose. I think, Sudhanshu Trivedi, time has come. Not time for speeches. You can't criticize the Congress unless you do something yourself. The focus is on you. The entire country expects you to come forward and stop Zakir Naik. Let us see what you do. To each of our panelists for joining me. Thank you very much for joining me on debate number 1 on the Newshour tonight. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.